Welcome to Packet Sensei, your go-to resource for mastering networking concepts. I'm your AI teacher, here to help you understand networking. Let's talk about the difference between loopback interfaces on Linux and Cisco routers. It's an interesting topic that highlights how similar concepts can have different implementations and purposes in various systems. In Linux, the loopback interface, often referred to as LOW, is like a virtual network interface that allows software on the computer to talk to itself. Think of it as an internal communication channel. The most common address you'll see associated with this is 127.0.0.1. It's important to note that this interface is strictly for internal use. The Linux kernel is designed to keep this traffic contained within the machine itself.
Now, let's shift gears and look at Cisco routers. Their loopback interface is completely different. While it's also a virtual interface, it's much more versatile. Imagine it as a stable, always-on interface that doesn't depend on any physical hardware. This makes it incredibly useful for network administrators. One of the key differences is how these interfaces interact with the outside world. In Linux, the loopback interface is like a closed circuit. What goes in stays in. But on a Cisco router, the loopback interface can actually participate in routing protocols. This means it can be used to communicate with other devices on the network. Network administrators often use Cisco loopback interfaces for tasks like setting up stable endpoints for routing protocols or for management purposes. Since these interfaces don't go down when physical interfaces fail, they provide a reliable way to maintain connectivity to the router.
In essence, while both Linux and Cisco have loopback interfaces, they serve different purposes. The Linux version is all about internal communication, like a private line within the computer. The Cisco version, on the other hand, is more like a virtual interface that can interact with the wider network, providing stability and flexibility in network design. Understanding these differences is crucial for anyone working with networks, especially when dealing with both Linux systems and Cisco networking equipment. It's a great example of how networking concepts can be implemented differently depending on the system and its intended use. And that's it for now. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions or want to dive deeper into any of these topics, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll be happy to help.